If you're traveling to Kobe on the bullet train, the first thing you're going to notice is that the station is actually built into the mountainside. And rather than heading into the city, we actually spent the first half of our day in Kobe in the mountains, looking for ancient castle ruins, a huge waterfall, and a century-year-old dam. So after our hike, we headed into the city to taste what was on offer.
Hello, you joined me here at Mount Roko. We're about halfway up the mountain in Kobe City in Hyogo Prefecture. Kobe is actually the fourth largest port city of Japan, but as you can kind of see around me, there's a lot of green. That's because the city is sandwiched in between the inland sea and the mountains of the Roko Sanmyaku, or the Roko mountain range. We are going to be exploring the city, and we're going to be walking from the mountain all the way down to the port over the course of the next 8 or so hours. So let's go check that out. Hello. You join me on the Nunobiki ropeway as we are going up Rokko-san Mountain in lovely Kobe in Hyogo Prefecture. Today we are going to be going from the mountain all the way down to the sea to explore everything that Kobe has to offer and taste some lovely sake on the way. To be honest, I am not totally okay with these kind of things. The depth down, such as looking at the waterfall down there, is a little bit freaky for me, if I'm going to be perfectly frank. Which I am, because I am frank. Right now, I'm going to keep my eyes ahead and try not to freak out too much. So, there we go. So we've walked a little bit of a ways down from the ropeway, and we have the option of a shortcut. So we can either head down this way, which honestly looks pretty cool, getting into the woods, or we can stay on this track. But either way, where we're going to end up is at the Nunobiki Dam, which is a over 100-year-old dam that blocks off one of the rivers here and actually creates the waterfall that we're going to go see in a little bit. I think we are going to go this way. I think we're going to take this guy. I would like to explore a little bit, so let's go down here. Oh, I love walking in the woods like this. It's one of the nice things about Kobe in general. There you are there. Wow, that was much more steep than I expected. I think if you have any sort of mobility issues, this may be a challenge. I mean, we saw me slip and trip a couple times. So, but yeah, that's quite a deep drop. You're probably better coming up from below to get up to the dam rather than going from top to bottom. But let's keep going. So behind me is the Nunobiki Reservoir, which is blocked off by the Nunobiki Dam, which was completed first in 1900. It was designed by a British man named W.K. Burton, who was actually hired by the Japanese government to help the Japanese country industrialize during the 1800s and early 1900s. This particular dam is still in use, and this is still a reservoir that is an important aquifer, basically, for the city of Kobe and a source for the water for the actual water system of the city. So I am standing on what is considered to be the oldest concrete dam ever built in Japan. It was completed in 1900 and blocks off this part of the river in order to create a reservoir for the city of Kobe's water system. Kobe is known for the Great Hanshin earthquake, and this is evidence that it is on a fault line. This is the Nunobiki fault, and you can see how the massive stone walls, the massive stone cliffs have just kind of split apart, and you have this debris that has come in between them. So this is pretty mountainous terrain. There's a nice river here that has created a big gorge. It's kind of the perfect place to make a castle, and as it turns out, Takayama Castle, or at least the Takayama Castle ruins, are across this bridge and up over there somewhere. So we're gonna go check it out. Oh, caution. Man, I am glad I am not a samurai trying to scale this castle with a bunch of armor on my back. Looks like we are almost to the top. Let's get it. Well, this is turning out to be quite the adventure up the mountain. I did not expect it to go that far, partially because I neglected to read the fact that this is 0.8 kilometers of a trail all the way to the top, and we are climbing. But we're gonna take a little break. There's some handy benches right here. So, hanging out above the cable cars, above the city, or hopefully when we get to the top, we'll be able to see beyond the trees and get a whole view of the greater Kobe, Kansai, Osaka area. Looking forward to it. Cool. I don't know if anybody's come this way in a while. There's lots of spider webs in the trail. Wish we had a sake on air sticker. Too bad we don't. But you can get them from the info center. This is, I think, the third kuruwa, which is the third enclosure, the first one after the horikiri, that V-shaped cut into the side of the mountain. But we got to get to the second kuruwa and to the final kuruwa, the main enclosure, to go see what actually this castle looks like from the very tip top. Not much of a castle left though, mostly just a mountain. So, well, we're in the castle. There's still a ways to get to the top, but we're almost there. Well, we made it. I mean, there is still technically a little bit of mountain up that way, so maybe this is the second kuruwa, but it feels like we made it because there's this hut, there's a sign, we're on Takayama, and we're looking out over the Seto Inland Sea. Beautiful, just lovely. Well, we made it up here. Now it's time to get back down. So yeah, we're gonna carefully make our way down, so probably no cameraing because it was rather steep coming up, and it's gonna be a little bit steeper and a little more sketchy coming down, but I am getting a little bit eaten by bugs, so I think it's time to go. Let's get out of here. Oi. Well, that was a hike, but we're back. We made it safely down, and we're gonna go get some lunch. and hopefully get a little bit cool by the waterfall. Let's get to it.
This is Ontaki Falls, the largest of Nunobiki's 4 waterfalls. It's 43 meters in height and is counted as one of Japan's 3 sacred waterfalls alongside Nachi Falls in Wakayama and Kegon Falls in Tochigi. It's about 15 minutes or so from here back to the trains at Shin-Kobe Station.
Alrighty, we're out of the mountains and we're gonna be heading into the city. So let's go maybe get some food. So we've made it to Motomachi Station, which is in downtown Kobe. And to be honest, I am super hungry. So we've dropped off my luggage at the hotel and now we're gonna go get a bite to eat. All right, we had a little bit of a pick-me-up and I'm still feeling a little peckish, but we're gonna head down to the port now. Yoisho. So we've gotten a Kikumatsumune Taruzake. Taruzake is a sake that's been stored in a barrel or has had some sort of wood exposure, deliberate wood exposure. And Kikumatsumune is a Nara-based sake brewery, so it's from the Kobe area. And we're in Kobe, so I figured we'd stick with that theme. Oh, that's really interesting. That's delicious. So this is a Sato no Akebono, which is a kokuto shochu from Amami Oshima, which is in Kagoshima Prefecture. It's a brown sugar shochu, and I've gotten it oyuwari, which is not normal as a drinking thing for Kobe, basically, but that's what I like, and I'm looking to just kind of refresh myself, so that's what I'm having. Ooh, it's been mixed very nicely. You can definitely get like the alcohol bite, but it's mostly just brown sugar mellowing inside the mouth. Delish.
So while after leaving the mountains, we stayed mostly in the Sannomiya Motomachi area of Kobe. If you were to head east 15-20 minutes, you'd end up entering the area that's called Nadagogo, which is the historic sake brewing district of Kobe City. About a quarter of all of the sake produced in Japan is produced in the Nadagogo region. And like I said at the top of this video, it's either the biggest producing region or the second biggest, depending on whether or not Fushimi has produced more sake that year. It's fun to check out, but if you're doing the mountains and then to the port, it's a little bit more difficult to kind of add that in.
Kampai. That's nice barley shochu. It's a little bit whiskey because it's been aged, but it's very delicious. Oishii. Oishii. Nice. Well, our attempts to find a sake store have kind of ended in vain, but we found a bunch of cool kakuuchi style places that have snacks, have sake, have shochu, and we've tried a bunch of things. We're gonna go to the port now and just kind of enjoy the evening in Kobe at the port. Let's go check it out. So, if you would follow me, we can actually see some of the damage that was done to the port in 1995 that is kept in situ to remind people of how big the Hanshin earthquake actually was. So, if you look down here, originally the dock area would have been what is currently underwater because of the tide. And was basically broken up. You can see how the concrete panels have kind of opened up between them, split apart. That is all because of the 1995 Hanshin earthquake. So the Kobe port was damaged in 1995 by the great Hanshin earthquake, and this area is kept basically in situ as it was after the damage of the earthquake to remind people that the earthquake happened and kind of the legacy of the port as it was at that time. So as Kobe has kind of decreased in importance with regard to the Asian shipping trade and shipping into Japan, the port area has been opened up to recreation, including a museum and the Kobe Port Tower and various kind of areas for people to do things such as skateboard or just enjoy the grass or hold concerts, that kind of thing. As you can kind of see, we have a bit of cloud cover. It's not a super sunny day, it's kind of a cloudy day that threatens to rain at any moment, although it probably won't rain until tomorrow. In Tokyo, it is raining right now, unfortunately. But we're at Kobe Harbor, we're looking at the waves and enjoying the walk that we had all the way from the mountains over there, as you can see, the Roko-san. We've arrived all the way down, and Kobe Harbor, this is not the case, but Kobe Harbor in general was created by the Western delegation that came to Kobe in the 1800s after it was opened to Western and foreign visitors, which is why Kobe as a city has kind of a unique vibe compared to Tokyo, Osaka, or other cities that were not really internationalized until after the beginning of the Meiji period. Well, we've arrived at Kobe Port, and frankly, I'm a little bit tired from our long walk and our various sake adventures, so I've taken the opportunity to lie down on the grass. It is a beautiful evening here, and I am just enjoying the lovely striations of the clouds in the sky and the overall vibe as Kobe begins to settle into dusk.